Rightio guys, so I'm just going to record a little video about chewing, teeth cleaning, keeping your dog occupied, boredom buster sort of stuff, right? So, but also then we're going to get into bones and teeth cleaning and whatnot. So, essentially, as far as chewing behavior is concerned, your best bet is a crate, okay? Because we need to be able to manage the dog in the circumstances where we can't pay attention to them, okay? And that's going to help us really indicate to the dog, well, because then when we have the dog out and we can manage them, we can correct the behavior, disrupt it, etc. And also, to an element, reinforce just calm behavior. But essentially, Kongs, okay? So stuffed Kongs are amazing. Essentially this is a large Kong, I think. Okay, so that's typically pretty good for anything up to like your Labradors, okay, large. If you've got like Shepherds, bigger dogs like that, then you want to get an extra large. But what we do here is we either get some barf, which is just like raw dog food, right? So the stuff that you'll get from your Pet Mints Direct or Big Dog from Pet Stock, etc. Stick a bit of that in there, all right? And then we'll stick a bully stick, like a short 10, 12 centimeter bully stick in there. And you are supposed to like maintain a pathway of air through there. So that's obviously advised as well. Maybe stick a straw in there first and a bully stick down the side, freeze it. Then you've got yourself probably, depending on the dog, up to half an hour of destructive reinforcement-y fun stuff for them, right? Let them have an outlet to chew, right? So if they're chewing stuff, we just want to try and direct them to things that they can chew as opposed to them just chewing willy-nilly, right? So Kongs are good. These are also really good for like playing fetch, okay? You can get them on a string too when you want to incorporate tug, but these are really fun for just throwing in the backyard for your dog just to give them a bit of physical enrichment, right? Because they bounce everywhere, right? It's good fun. We can pair some training in there if we want to, but I highly recommend you just have a bit of fun with your dog every now and then. So Kongs are a really good thing. There's certain Kongs that claim to, I think that there's certain Kongs that claim to clean the teeth as well. I have no idea about that. I would find it possible, I guess, but I'd like to see the actual evidence. But it does strengthen their jaw and whatnot, and maybe it does. So essentially, that's a Kong, right? The other thing that I give my dogs frequently, I don't give my dogs stuffed Kongs frequently, right? They might get a couple a year, right? Only because it's just not my go-to, okay? I'll give my dogs brisket bones, okay? So brisket bones, you can get them from most butchers. They charge you like a wounded bull now because they, they can make money from them. But a brisket bone is a non-weight bearing bone. Now, I'm only as good as the knowledge I've been told, and to my knowledge, my understanding of bones is that you don't want to use any weight-bearing bones, okay? So no shins, no femurs, nothing like that. No, from any species, okay? Those bones are always a lot more hardened, brittle. When the dogs chew on them, you can snap teeth off, you can, there's nothing good that happens from them. Typically, they're the bones that last a long time, so the dogs will bury them. Not ideal, okay, because then you've got a bacterial issue going on if he revisits it in a month or so. But also at that point, it becomes frail, okay? They may actually have success in breaking it down, okay, chewing it into smaller pieces, and they're the sort of things that typically get ingested and create obstructions and all those fun things. Not fun. Brisket bones, I've been giving my Kelpie dog brisket bones for 8 on years and I've never had an issue. Okay, so the brisket bone is typically, they will actually consume the whole thing, okay? And if they have left something, right, so I give the dog their brisket bone out on the patio or outside or whatever, right, and if they have left some of it, okay, and disengaged from that, I'll pick it up, put it in the bin, okay? I don't want bones laying around from the bacterial perspective, but also that becoming frail. If they haven't been able to consume it in the first go, it's out, right? So they'll break off what they need to in that first, and that's a really good dietary supplement as well. So like, especially feeding kibble, if you're gonna feed kibble, giving your dog, like I'd be giving my dog a meal of brisket bones once a week, right? And skipping the kibble. So that's just me though, okay? Otherwise, yeah, definitely supplementary as part of a raw food diet as well. So your biologically appropriate raw food, not pet mince, not beef mince from Coles. Preferably don't, because you're probably not making it complete, especially if you're only using a meat product and no organs or offal or bones, cartilage, that sort of stuff. You need all that stuff too. So yeah, it's much easier and much cheaper these days. It's so cheap to feed your dog raw. Highly recommend going down that path. And if you want some help, hit me up. But essentially, I get my stuff from the Pet Mince Direct place or from Big Dog Bath. We've got a wholesale account with Big Dog Bath, so I use that mostly. The only thing I don't like about Big Dog Bath, I think you can get it in a roll now, but they do come individually portioned, and I don't like the element of waste and plastic associated there, whereas Pet Mince Direct in a big sausage. I think Big Dog do it like that too now, but they have it in a big sausage at Pet Mince Direct, so you just cut the end off, squeeze it out, and happy days. A little, like, you still, yeah. Anyway, so that and that. Cleaning your dog's teeth, stay away from the greenies, stay away from anything from pedigree, okay? So those dentist sticks are nothing that you want to give your dog, okay? The only thing I give my dog to clean their teeth is brisket bones, right? It'll clean their teeth up schmicko, like you've never seen your dog's teeth looking so good, especially if you do it at the frequency of once a week or fortnight. Like, I'm definitely not religiously doing it once a week, but it's like every 7 to 10 days, or 7 to 14 days probably, right? I do it when I remember. Cool. What else? Crate training. So we want to crate train the dog so that they're not able to chew stuff when they are unsupervised, okay? That's a simple one. And I think that covers pretty well everything that I was going to talk about. Yep, so we've got the teeth cleaning aspect, but also the enrichment style, that sort of aspect. If we're talking about dog food as well, okay, so someone has asked about dog food recently, so that gives you a bit of a rundown on that as well. If you're going to feed kibble, I'd highly recommend feeding like a portion of kibble and barf or raw food, or just all raw food, okay? Again, my dogs are predominantly raw fed, but I still have kibble on hand for the 9 o'clock at night, and I haven't defrosted something, or whatever that looks like. But you can definitely choose some good kibbles and some not so good kibbles. So yeah, pretty well anything from the supermarket is typically not super high quality. Your little brand names that you'll find at Pet Stock, like Lifewise and stuff like that, they're really quite good. Anyway, hopefully that's a good bit of information for you. Probably make this video public, but yeah, we'll see you next time.